Hey everybody, this is Frankie. I am here with you in Enfield, Connecticut, picking up my husband at his job. I have had a rough day today, a very rough day. I had to go and get that lump removed from the back of my head, and that alone took 2.5 hours. That was a very rough thing. I guess that lump, it might have moved like when you touched it from the outside, of course. But when they opened it up, it's almost as if it like clung onto my brain or something, or not my brain, of course, but like my skull. It didn't want to leave me, my little mini me, I guess. All I can remember is that episode of Stewie Griffin that had the Family Guy there with Stewie, not Stewie, Peter Griffin, and he had that thing grown out of him that had his own little head on it. That's all I could imagine. It was absolutely hilarious. So, as you can see, this is not what the doctors gave to me. This was given to me by, I believe it was Bare Minerals, to hold my hair back when I put on makeup and all that happy stuff. But I needed something to hold pressure on the back of my head, and I put a bunch of gauze back there, and I put it on there, and not to sound nasty or whatever, because it started to bleed, because the doctor told me, Frankie, I need you to go home and I want you to shower. He says, I just want you to rinse your hair, he says, as well as you possibly can. He says, use a little bit of shampoo in the back. He said, don't scrub too much. He says, I put that like the glue on there, and I'm like, oh, okay, no problem. So I get home, I showered. I didn't really play with the back of my head all that much, and you know, my daughter looked at me and she says, Mom, and I said, yeah. She says, you have something yucky right there. And I said, huh? And I went like this, and of course, when I pulled my hand out from behind my back, I was like, oh my gosh, there's a lot of blood. So, of course, I get a little worried, because my Coumadin people told me to start taking my Lovenox shots again after this procedure. So I had taken it without realizing, And so I called the doctors and I spoke to them, and they said, well, Frankie, you got to put pressure on it to stop it from bleeding. And if that doesn't help, then you need to go to the ER. I says, okay, I'll put some pressure on it. Feeling kind of weird about that, but whatever. I went and I put pressure on it, and it was just so gross. It sounded like my head farted. It was, it was nasty. It was like, and my daughter was like, Mom, your head cacaed. And I said, yeah, you heard that too, huh? I thought only I heard it. It was really funny. So, anyway, today is March 11th, and I have, according to that countdown thing, like 5 days and 20 hours. No, wait, last time I looked, not 20 hours, 5 days and like 12 hours or something like that to my surgery for VSG, which is going to be absolutely awesome. I have been doing very well with my pre-op diet. I'm actually extremely surprised about how well I am doing with this diet. Because, I was looking at it before and I was like, 1,000 calories. These people have to be freaking kidding me. Like, I'm seriously going to be starving on this thing. And, now that I'm here and I am drinking a lot of liquids, and I have my phone go off 3 times a day for food and 3 times a day for a snack. But I am only allowed a total of 6 ounces of meat, or a protein. 6 ounces of protein, I should say, not meat. It says protein a day, and then it says like 2 servings of like brown rice, which is only like a quarter of a cup. the same thing with salad. I couldn't understand that. And then I called my doctor, spoke to him, and he had told me, Frankie, if that's the way you're eating salad, then go ahead and eat as much salad as you want. Just don't think about putting any dressing on it. Because I just make a salad with, it's called the Spring Mix. You buy it at Walmart. Big Y, Stop and Shop. It's called the Spring Mix, and it's absolutely delicious. And I also got, the other day, I think it was like broccoli. They're like julienne cuts, I want to say. They're thin slices of like carrots, red cabbage, broccoli and cauliflower. That's what I want to say it is, but excuse me, it's late here. And then I just tomatoes, cucumbers, and I squeeze a little lemon on there. And I put some. Now this, it varies on my taste that day. Either it's going to be a red Italian vinegar, or what's the other one called? Apple cider vinegar. Okay, I typically take. I usually just kind of like drink the apple vinegar, because supposedly it is healthy for your liver. So I just kind of like do a shot of it in the morning and a shot of it in the afternoon. So depending on how I feel about that vinegar is if I'll put it in my salad or not, which is weird. And in the morning when I have my breakfast, because I hear tell that this is the liver's most favorite spice, which is turmeric. I put turmeric, or I want to say curry on my eggs. I despise boiled eggs without salt. So I need to find some kind of spice to put on my eggs. Otherwise I'm gonna go local, and that's not pretty cool. So as you can see, I am wearing Stewie. I love Stewie. Stewie is one of my favorite people in the whole entire world. My favorite episode, when he was beating the dog down for his money. You know, it's a horrible thing. I don't watch these kind of things in front of my daughter, but before she was born, I loved Family Guy, and even after, I love Family Guy. Some people can say whatever they want about it, but I love it. I definitely love things all like comedy-wise, but I've always been, people are looking at me really weird because I'm talking to my phone. I've always been a really big tomboy. My husband, he likes long hair. I really don't care for long hair. So I let my hair grow out, and then during that time frame, let me tell you, a lot of stress in our lives. My husband got into a severe accident the year that we got married. We got married not even a month later. My husband got into a severe car accident when we were out in Turkey. And he shattered his kneecap and broke his femur in, I want to say femur. He broke his femur in 2 separate places. Plus, on top of it all, the doctors out in Turkey were kind of dumb and took off a little too much bone. So he was going to be like, 2 inches too short on one side. So it reminded me of the V8 commercials. Have you had your V8 today? Yeah, I was bad. So it literally took from 2006 to 2010 to get my husband here to the States, because he made me stay out in Turkey with him for quite some time before he realized he needed help. So then he finally said, I love you. You must go and help me get to the States. So I came here, I got my job, worked my butt off at 3 jobs. And I started to gain weight really badly. While I was out in Turkey, I had lost over 70 pounds. I was so happy with myself, and I was thinning out, looking nice. And I come here to the States and I was eating the same exact stuff. I was not buying any box stuff, canned stuff, none of this kind of stuff. And it was just like, I couldn't believe how much weight was just piling on. So after a while, it was just like, screw this. Why should I diet anyway? Just go out and grab a piece of pizza. So finally, I get him here and he was just like, wow, what happened to you? And I said, please don't even go there. So, you know, I have my health insurance. It's not the best health insurance, but it's better than like Mass Health. Um, so it got his surgery and now he's capable of working, which is absolutely awesome. I am so happy to see my husband happy. Um, it was a very long, treacherous ride to get here, but in that time frame, I went gray, like bad gray. My hair, absolutely horrible. I look older than both of my aunts. And that's pretty bad. I mean, holy Christ. My aunts are younger than my mom. And my mom just went out and dyed her hair silver. The weirdest thing. And then she's got these, like, her bangs have blue tips at them. It's absolutely weird. Absolutely weird. But she likes it, so we're not going to complain about that. I enjoy when people look at me all funky, especially my husband's coworkers, which is funny. Um, so, hello. Um, my daughter's sleeping in the back seat. As you can see, her little head right there. She's sleeping. I love getting in the car with her. My husband thinks it's a bad thing for a child to fall asleep in the position in which she's fallen in. I could beg to differ, but I mean, in Turkey they have their own little ways about things, and in here in the States we have our own. And you see, there she is, snoozing. I am one happy mom, man. Let me tell you, she's been absolutely loco all day. And then, you know, thank God for my mother, because she watched her for that time frame where I went and got this done, and then I went and took a shower, and blah, 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 and now I'm here. So, wait a second. Oh my God, black coffee. May not be the best, but, if I can't drink my coffee with cream in it, because if it has cream in it, I'm gonna want sugar. And I use Coffee Mate, so I've used the low-fat Coffee Mate without any issue. My problem is that I want sugar with it, so I literally cannot have coffee with any form of cream in it, so it has to be black. I'm allowed to have, like, Truvia, I believe it is, but I don't care for the flavor of that stuff. It's disgusting. So I will live with my non-sweetened beverages. Well, have a great day, everybody. Night.